Hey YouTube, it's Samosha Simon coming in with a PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds video for you all. In this video, I'll be showcasing a win that I acquired on the original PlayerUnknown's Battleground map. And I just want to give a few tips and tricks on how you can improve your gameplay and maybe get a few wins yourself. So as you can see, here I am on the Sosnovka military base, climbing the so-called billboard. I'm getting some loot on top of the billboard. I grab my VSS here. I already have a mini. Nothing too great, but definitely some usable material if I do need to acquire any kills later on. I like the billboard because I can scan the entire military island as I climb on top of the billboard, which allows me to get a good angle and good information on where players are. Here I spot out a player, and although I do get 2 quick shots into him, my accuracy is not the best on the VSS. I don't use this gun too much, so unfortunately I actually whiff the rest of my shots and I am unable to kill him. But that's no problem, as I'm still safe, I'm still full health, and everything's still all good. I know that since I use my VSS ammo, I'm kind of low, so I need to swap out to a shotgun, and I grab the, I actually forget the name, I think SK-12, get some ammo for it, and I proceed downwards where I can pick up another few kills. I see a guy over there, can't pick him up either. The important part to notice here is that although I'm giving away my position and I'm taking some damage, I do stay alive, I do have cover, and I am ready to take cover at any moment that I please. At the billboard, because I'm in the sky, as long as I go prone, I am safe and I am ready to be able to heal and protect myself. So I'm waiting here now, looking for an unsuspecting player to be able to pick them off. I do have my mini with a holographic sight, and I do get shot at from somebody in the middle apartment building on Sosnovka Military Island, and I am cautious to be undercover so that they are not able to hit me, but I do decide that I want to take the trade and possibly find out where he is so that I can be able to kill him with my holographic sight. I do find out where he is from that shot that he took. I finally get the information I need to be able to discover his location, and now I heal up before I prepare to engage in a fight. So I prepare myself, I peek, and I start to shoot. Nothing too crazy here. It's a far distance. I'm using a hollow sight, which is unfortunately my least favorite scope to be using on any type of enemy. I do hurt him a bit, but it looks like not enough to get any kills. Jump out, and I do hear someone approaching around here. Notice how as soon as I see them approaching, I begin to take a position that provides me with cover so that I can handle the situation appropriately and peek over the cover and pick up the kill. You always want to make sure that you're doing this in a PUBG game, that as soon as you hear somebody approaching you and you're not exactly sure if they're stronger than you, if they're better than you want to be able to find quick cover, especially in the third person gameplay, so that you're able to see them before they see you and have a good cover spot so that you can win the trade and continue to push on towards your victory in PUBG. I pick up the S12K kill here, and notice how before I loot the body I make sure that I am completely healed and I am proning in the ground. I'm aware that I have this barrier in front of me from where most of the people on the mill base are at, so I know that I'm safe and I can heal there without taking any damage potentially. I now have acquired a Kar 98K, which is my favorite weapon on the game, and so I'm feeling a lot more confident in my ability to take out a player. I spot someone out on the rooftop of the middle apartment building, and I decide that I want to go for the kill. So what I do is I decide to gain some altitude on the player so that I can get an angle and pop them in the head. See there, I take the shot with my Kar 98 and I spot another player, and I am patient. I hit him once, and then I wait, he's scoping on me, and I pop him in the head once again. Reload. I know that I've brought a lot of attention to myself, lots of gunshots has gone on from this area, and at military base it's very common that people will approach you if you're shooting because they're trying to pick up some kills just like you are. That's why they're dropping military base in the first place. Once again, I hear somebody approaching, I switch to my shotgun and I take an angle so that I have cover, pop them off quickly and easily, and begin to loot them Notice how I'm constantly moving while I'm looting them. This is a very important part of PUBG that you should definitely practice doing. Spamming AWDS over and over so that you can make sure that even if somebody does catch you out while you are unguarded and you are looting, you are able to dodge the Car 98 shot to your head that will end up getting you killed. It's so important that you practice moving while you loot. I hear a Mr. Man approaching here. I'm scared. I don't know where he is. I listen for the footsteps, spot him out, take a quick shot. Not completely sure how to deal with the situation. I'm just giving you my honest playback of the situation. I know he's on the side of the building. I spot him out jumping into the building. I now am aware of his position. I know if I go in there he might have an angle, but I quickly peek just to check if he's peeking down the hallway. Keep in mind I am rocking a shotgun and a Car 98 here, so nothing too ideal to handle a situation where somebody might be using an assault rifle, but I do see him run across the hallway. I push him, I hear him go outside, I flank him, and then I have the angle on him with the cover. Notice how every single time that I am killing one of these players, I am always undercover. I am always either using my E or Q key so that I am able to kill them, peek from the cover, and be able to dish out damage without receiving any. Continuing on, there are now 24 alive in the game. I traveled from the military base towards the center of the circle using a vehicle, and I am now trying to get inside of the circle, but notice how I am playing the very edge of the white circle. This is a very important strategy to employ if you're trying to win PUBG games, as playing the edge of the circle will allow you to only have to worry about 3 different sides instead of 4. For example, instead of having to worry about getting shot in the back, because the circle is on your back, you now only have to worry about watching your left, your right, and in front of you. After going AFK for a bit, I am shot at with the Car 98K from a different player, although I am actually unsure if he was shooting at me or not. I quickly get up, take an angle behind the tree so that I have cover and I'm able to fight him safely, as I've continuously mentioned throughout the video. I maintain my cover, I make sure that I'm just gathering information as I am on the closer side towards the middle of the circle. I'm in a good position, and I know that most other players can be impatient, such as this guy who decides to peek when I'm still undercover. When they do decide to do that, it gives you a great opportunity to be able to take a shot at them safely, because they're peeking and they are still unprepared for you to peek. I get a shot on him when he peeks me, which allows me to get enough damage so that I can push him and chuck a few grenades and take him out. Grenades are a very important and useful utility aspect of the game that you should definitely make sure that you're taking advantage of. Constantly throughout PUBG games, you should be definitely gathering grenades. I definitely believe that smoke grenades and stun grenades and Molotov cocktails are not as important, but you should surely make sure that you have approximately 4 to 6 grenades in your inventory every game so that you're able to handle situations where there is a player playing behind cover. I do think it's definitely more of an important thing to make sure of when you're playing in the third-person game mode, because in this game mode many more players will attempt to take cover and play the patient slow game instead of outplaying you by peeking and pushing, as it's just disadvantageous to the player and there would be no reason to do so when they can just take cover and win the trade systematically. Again, I get shot at, spot out the player, take cover again, and slowly but surely I can dish out damage undercover. I get some bullets into him here, I see the blood splatter, which allows me once again, just as the trade that happened recently, to be able to push forward, throw a grenade, and win the trade. I know he's low, I know where he is, and those are the two things that I need to be able to get a quick and easy grenade kill. At this point, I'm constantly keeping track of the timer on the circle. I notice that there is limited time left before the circle starts closing in, and that I do have a far distance to run, a distance that I will not be able to fully run on foot unless I'm willing to take a good amount of damage. So instead I decide to do the smart thing and go back, grab the Jeep, and travel towards the middle of the circle, where once again I will have to fight for survival. Inside of the circle now, I'm dealing with a player behind this tree. I peek out of my hiding spot to be able to throw a grenade at him and possibly get him out. The grenade hits him and pops him out of the tree, which gives me enough time to be able to pop a few shots into him with my M16 and take him out. Notice how although I do kill a player in the top 6 left, I don't try to go for his loot because I know that could expose me, and that is an unfavorable position for me to be in at this late stage point of the game. I continue to scan for players as there are still 4 alive and the circle is getting smaller and smaller, so I'm aware that there could be people literally right beside me, and as long as I'm not cautious and I'm not catching them out, they will catch me out first, and then I will not win the game. I'm constantly looking direction from direction, trying to spot out if I can see anybody or get any information. Another important thing is you must have your sound on so that you can hear gunshots happening and be able to spot out where there might be other people fighting. And definitely taking a mental note of where they could be so that you can keep track of that as the game progresses and you're aware of their position. This can be very advantageous towards you if it gets down to a one-on-one and you're aware of where the last shots had taken place, so you can get good information on where the last player is in the one-on-one situation. Now, with 5 people remaining, I push forward into the next circle, taking note of where gunshots are happening so that I can be aware of player position. It's so important at this late stage of the game that I am aware where players are, and most people don't understand how easy it is to gather information just from gunshots and having good audio so that you can be aware of where your risky points in the zone are. I spot out another player in the house, and I now begin to think how I can handle the situation. I know that if it's a semi-decent player, he will be able to quickly be aware of my existence close to him if he hears me approach due to footsteps. Because I had been constantly paying attention throughout the match in the last moments, I now have the knowledge of knowing that I have a player inside of the house, a player to my right, and another player behind the house. And because of that, I know that from my current location I am safe, and I also know from what angles I need to watch to protect myself. Still thinking about how I can get the kill, I decide that my best bet will be to try to get a few insights on where the player is by looking through the window, and then afterwards finding an opportunity to get into the house and take him out. As I push towards the enemy inside of the house, I do hear more suppressed shots coming from an assault rifle towards my, looks like north. That gives me the opportunity to push the house, as I know that the 2 other players on the map are distracted and this player might be distracted as well. I know he's in the room, I push, and I easily kill him just by being prepared, knowing his position, and being able to have the faster reaction because of the past 2 statements. Now there's only 2 alive, as I know the previous 2 players were trading as I was walking into the building, and I also know where the last guy is, although the last guy also knows where I am. I quickly loot the final things I might need to fight the player, and proceed to take the best position that I believe can be used to close out the game. With only the 1 guy left, and me knowing that he's somewhere to my north, possibly on my left, but I quickly clear that right now. I proceed to take cover and patiently wait, as I know I do have a good position in the circle. Spot him out, I start shooting, he stops, and I take him out. And just like that, I win a solo, third-person PUBG game. I hope you guys enjoyed the first Samosha Simon PUBG gameplay. If there's anything that you think I could improve, make sure to leave a comment below. Or if there's anything you enjoyed, also make sure to leave a comment. Thank you so much and have a great day.